The Boys Integer Award winner for the class of 2025 is Mr. Jake Bohn.
To formally begin, I would like to thank all of the teachers, coaches, and administration that have helped form the graduating class of 2025. On behalf of the class, thank you for your countless hours of work and service as you are all helping form the next generation. It is truly admirable. I'm truly honored to have been selected as the Boys Integer Award winner. I hope you all understand what an impossible task it is to condense 13 years of formation, as well as the first 5 years of my life, which were spent crawling around campus and sleeping under my mom's desk when she was teaching. And all of that into just an 8 to 10 minute speech. So if I leave anything or anyone out, I'm sorry in advance. Pinecrest has always been an integral part of my life, as my oldest sister, Abby, started here before I was even born in the fall of 2002. My dad came to my mom telling her that he thought our family belonged in school, since they were all homeschooled when they were younger. My mom was initially reluctant, but my dad convinced her with the phrase that, as parents, it was only just if they shared their children with the world. They found Pinecrest. My parents were excited to start a new journey. Abby was not as excited, as she literally cried when she found out, because she was sad she had to leave mommy and go to school now. But as you can see, she ended up moving past that. My parents moved an hour closer to the school, and thus the Bohn legacy at Pinecrest began. 23 years later, we are still here, and the last of us is graduating. With 23 years of sending kids to Pinecrest, it would only be just to thank the people that made this possible. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for your countless sacrifices in choosing to invest in the formation of your 5 children rather than anything else. Specifically to Mom, then Dad. Mom, words cannot describe even a fraction of the effect you have had on my life here at Pinecrest. From hour-long car rides to and from school sophomore year, to dragging me into morning mass as a young boy, you have passed down your strong spiritual life and given me a great guide of wisdom. Dad, your fortitude and joy have taught me what it means to be a man. You have shown me and continue to show me how to be gritty beyond the court or field, and also how to light up a room with a simple smile and a joke. Now to my 4 siblings. Pinecrest has been such an essential part of our relationship that it occurred to me as I was writing this speech that most of my core memories with you 4 are in our Pinecrest uniforms. Abby, some of my fondest memories come from being in my uniform shagging volleyballs at your practice. That is, if it was a fun practice. But if Mom, who also happened to be your coach, said it was a serious practice, I would be relegated to the stands where I would sit and marvel at your play. Also, I will forever associate the smell of peanut butter with you. Whether you like that or not, as when Mom said we had to leave at 6:50 sharp every morning to get to school, I would peek out of the back window of the car to see you walking out at 6:53 with a piece of peanut butter toast and an apple. And then, as we rounded the curve next to Chattahoochee Elementary School, I remember how you would chuck the half-eaten apple into the woods. What times. Mariana, almost every single day when I was in kindergarten, you would hold my hand as we walked from the learning trailers to the high school. As you held my hand, I would skip with my little sweaty head, and you asked me about my day. Then at night, you always made sure to say goodnight to me and asked me what I had for lunch. You knew my disdain for those mandarin oranges Mom put in my lunch, and you would always ask if I was able to sneakily throw them away. Thanks for never telling Mom. Caleb, I vividly remember my 7th grade year when neither of us were playing a fall sport and we left for school right at 3:15 every day. We listened to music or just talked about the day on the way home, then proceeded to watch multiple hours of Sports Center together while still in our uniforms. I remember in 5th grade when Mom would check me out of school for your playoff run in baseball. At Stratford, you were pitching and made an insane play on a bunt. And then when batting, you proceeded to hit an opposite field home run off the scoreboard the next inning. Nick, my most fond memory with you has to be from when we would drive home from football practice. Those conversations were truly special. Also, I remember very, very fondly playing Cherokee Christian when something happened to your shoulder and I, the little scrawny freshman, was your backup. I was nervously running out on the field, discombobulated, and you said words I will never forget. To do you and the family a favor, I'm not going to repeat those words here, as there are a lot of guests, but just know I'll remember it forever. Seriously though, I spent my whole entire life trying to be like my 4 older siblings, and I thank you for the legacy you have created here at Pinecrest and beyond. Next, I'm honored to thank the teachers and coaches that have guided the path for all my classmates and teammates. In the first semester of this year, we were in one of our Choose Strength panels. For context, these panels are essentially what it truly means to be a man or woman of faith in a society that often devalues true masculinity and true womanhood. During this specific panel, this question was posed: who in your life is the best role model? I'll never forget what Mr. John De Palma, a Pinecrest alum, said. He said this: I've found that the best role model is the combination of characteristics that you admire about certain adults. This statement resonated with me, and I began to think of what my role model would look like. When I grow up, I aspire to have the wisdom of Mr. Montana, the ever-increasing zeal for truth, beauty, and goodness of Dr. Pearson, the witty and honest sarcasm of Mr. Meserve, care and kindness that we all saw from Mrs. Crawford on the mission trip, the humility of Mr. Rogers, the dedication and true desire to do good of Mr. Whittington, the honest virtue of Father Terrence, authenticity of Mr. Adamczyk, the love that Miss Kay treats all of us with, the constant work ethic of the great Miss McGraw, the storytelling and strategy of Coach Martelli, and so many more. I aspire to be more like you, and you all have taught me to recognize my duty, which is to seek the common good for the people around me, no matter my benefit. Specifically to Coach Lynch and Coach Martelli, thank you both for being so loyal to Pinecrest and true stewards of the sports you coach. You both form leaders willing to fight for each other, and you teach each of us every day how to take responsibility for our actions if we want to be responsible for great results. I'm so glad that I was a part of both of your programs for all 4 years of high school. This year especially, as it was rewarding to see all our work pay off, as both teams were extremely successful. To all of our formators here at Pinecrest, there's not enough that I could say, but we sincerely thank you. To the class of 2025, what a ride it has been. We've come a long way. Do you remember when Leo did the Stations of the Cross on his knees in 8th grade? The entire Stations of the Cross? Or the infamous treasure hunt in Miss Parr's class? Or when many of us did prayers of the faithful at this very podium when we were just little 1st and 2nd graders? To powder puff all 4 years, filled with trick plays and epic routines, which were some of the most fun times for us as a grade. Classmates, what memories will you take with you as you walk through those arches today? Furthermore, I think all of us have participated in at least one sport, and we know how successful we were in those this year, as we have had numerous region and state championships. But the most unique thing about our class has to be one distinct feature, and that is how we treat the underclassmen. The culture that we have created in the high school is one of unity rather than seniority. And that unity has helped us to become true great athletes willing to fight for each other. I know in the sports I've played, us seniors have had great relationships with the freshmen, and due to that unity, I think that has helped us to be successful. So thank you, my fellow classmates, for making the last 13 years full of memories and joy. Now to conclude, I have a couple things to think about as we embark on our next journey as adults. The first piece of wisdom is from a former Delta Force operator named John McPhee. This man is an absolute legend, and he has seen everybody from all different walks of life, and he has quite literally been on the most efficient team of human beings ever assembled. He said this: "The thing you can't change is the name you've been given." When I heard this, I immediately thought that you cannot teach someone to have the utmost pride for something that is out of their control. My classmates, the name you have been given is out of your control, but it is yours nonetheless. So whatever your next step is in life, I challenge each of you to do the absolute best, not because you deserve to be great, but because your family has molded you into the person you are today. And they will continue to do so. So the least you can do is work hard for them and make them proud in every way possible. Finally, the last thought I have is to never forget your roots. The integral formation we have received at Pinecrest has helped us grow strong roots that dig deep, and we can truly be the good in the world. I remember a homily Father Terrence gave freshman year, and he said someone asked him if there was more good or evil in the world. He told us that without a shadow of a doubt, it was the good. But the evil in the world likes to appear loud, but it is just the minority. My fellow classmates, we are that good that are capable of overpowering the evil in our world. But we need to take little actions every day. I challenge each of you to bring that good to your next journey, wherever it may be. So whatever you're going to be in the fall, a bobcat, dog, yellow jacket, tiger, owl, or you're serving our country, never forget your roots, and you will always, always be a paladin. Thank you.